Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 6 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiply and divide decimals. The lessons we're going to cover today are multiply and divide decimals by powers of 10, division with decimal quotients, inequalities with decimal division. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 6 math. Let's just start with the lesson that is multiply and divide decimals by powers of 10. So multiply 10 times 1.8. So we need to count the number of zeros, right? We have only one zero with 10. That means you need to move decimal point one place right, right? You just have to count the number of zeros and then you have to move the number of, then you have to move that decimal point one digit right. So here we have only one zero. So you need to move decimal point one digit right. So here we have the decimal point, move one place right. So that would be 18.0 or you can write it as 18. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. I think that's 20,824 divided by 100. That is the division sign. So we have two zeros over here, right? So you need to move decimal point two places. Left, you are dividing, right? So you need to move two places left. The decimal point is here. Move it two places left. So that is 208.24 because you are dividing, not multiplying. Option number one is the correct option. 8.1 times 10. So you are multiplying. 10 has only one zero, so you need to move decimal point one place right. When multiplying, we have to move decimal place right, and when dividing, we need to move decimal point left. So we are multiplying, so you need to move decimal point one place right. That would be 81. Option number 2 is the correct option. 81 it is. So 5349.38 divided by 10. So you are dividing. So you need to move decimal point one place left because 10 has only one zero. So when dividing, we need to move decimal point one place left. And when multiplying, we need to move decimal point right. That is 534.938. Option number 1 is the correct option. Oh, option number 3, the decimal point is 534.938. Option number 3 is the correct option. 9.57 divided by 100. So you need to move decimal point two places left. 9.57, move two places left. 1 and another 0. So that is 0.0957. Option number 1 is the correct option. 0.0957. Option number 1 is the correct option. 100 times 0.7. So you need to move decimal point two places right because we are multiplying 0.71 and 2. So you need to move right. That is 70. That is 70. Option number 2 is the correct option. 5.8 times 5.8 divided by 10. So which is the correct option? That is 0.58. Option number 1 is the correct option. So the basic thing is when you are dividing the decimals by 10, like the numbers with like the multiples of 10, you need to move decimal point left, right? How many times? The number of zeros with the divisor. And when you are multiplying with the multiples of 10, you need to move decimal point right. How many times does number of zeros you have with the multiples of 10? Option number 1 is the correct option. Ten times 0.7. You need to move decimal point right, so that is 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. So 13,133.97 divided by 100. 13,133.97. Move decimal point two places left. That is 131.3397. Option number 3 is the correct option. 131.3397. 76.3 by 10. That is 7.63. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. 8.4 divided by 100. So which is the correct option? Excuse me. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is division with decimal quotients. Let's just start with the lesson. Divide 4717.5 divided by 8. So both the numbers have moved the decimal point one place to the right in both of the dividend and divisors because they both have one decimal place, right? So moving decimal point one place right means that they both, the decimal places cancel out each other, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Divide 3365 divided by 0.4. So basically we have only one decimal place with a divisor, right? You can add another an extra zero with the divisor by removing the decimal point. Basically the concept is like this: 0.4 is 4 divided by 10, right? So this 0 you added with the divisor, that is 33,650. So 33,650, 33,000, what's wrong with the pen? 650 divided by 4. We can go for 4 times 8 is 32. So you need to bring 6 down. We have to do 8 times 4 is, sorry, 4 times 4 is 16. Bring the next digit down, that is 5. 4 times 1 is 4, and we have 10. Now 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 5 is 20. So that is 800. Sorry, we have decimal point over here, not. That is 8412.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. 465 divided by 0.8. So we need to add a 0 with a divisor. That would be 4650 divided by 8. I don't know what's wrong with the pen. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 8 is 64. We need to bring 0 down. 8 times 1 is 8. We have to put a decimal point in a 0. 8 times 2 is 16. We have 4. So we can go for 8 times 5 is 40. So that is 581.25. Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. 581.25. Option number 1 is the correct option. One thousand four hundred ninety-three divided by 0.4. So you can remove the decimal point of the divisor by adding a 0 with the dividend. So that is 114,930 divided by 4. We can go for 4 times 3 is 12. Now 4 times 7 is 28. Now 4 times 3 is 12. We need 13. Take away 12 is 1 and bring 0 time. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 5 is 20. So that is option number 2, 3732.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Divide 489 divided by 2.4. Okay, let's just see if that's option 3. How do you guess this right? Luckily, that's option number 3. Let's see if that's option number two, 850.24. Oh, you guessed it right. 792 divided by 7.5. 792 divided by 7.5. Let's just divide using calculator. No guesses. So 7.5, that is 105.6. Option number one is the correct option. 7,561 divided by 0.8. 7,561 divided by 0.8, that is 9,451.25. Option number two is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is inequalities with decimal division. Fourteen point four, you need to compare it to 6 divided by 0.5, right? So we have to compare 14.4 and 6 divided by 0.5. So we have to divide 60 divided by 5. So that would be 12. So 14.4 is greater than 12. Let's just start with the test questions. $17.6 divided by 8.8 and 17.6 divided by 8. We need to compare them. So 17.6 divided by 8.8, that is 2. 17.6 divided by 8.8 is 2. And now 17.6 divided by 8, that is 2.2. So 2 is greater than 2.2 or less than? 2 is less than 2.2. So the correct option is less. Option number 2 is the correct option. 18 divided by 1.8 is 10. So 13, and you need to compare it to 10. So 13 is greater than 10. The correct option is greater. Option number 2 is the correct option. 8.0 divided by 2.5, and you need to compare it to 4. So 8 divided by 2.5 is 3.2. So 3.2 is greater than 4 or less than 4. So 3.2 is less than 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. 7.4 divided by 2 and 14.4 divided by 4. So 7.4 divided by 2, that is 3.7. Then 14.4 divided by 4, that is 3.6. So 3.7 is greater than 3.6 or less than? 3.7 is greater than 3.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Six point zero, we need to compare it to 9 divided by 1.5. 9 divided by 1.5 is 6. So 6 is equal to 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we were working on is multiply and divide decimals. The lessons we have covered today are multiply and divide decimals by powers of 10, division with decimal quotients and inequalities with decimal quotients. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can click on the live chat button. Tutors are available to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions you can please ask if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.